Welcome to Tournament in a TeaBreak, day 6, night 6, whatever 6. We're done. The first week is in the books. How do you feel?
Wimble 6.
Wimble 6. How do you feel,
I feel
Chris?
great. It's been an awesome week. It really has. A lot of great stuff happened. I'm just thrilled to be a part of it.
Okay, well look, let's start with probably the most obvious result of all, which was everybody was worried about the state of Serena after the second round. She didn't look good in that second round. We actually said in Tournament and TeaBreak, this could be trouble for her. She came out against Gerges very reminiscent of when she met her in the semi-final. She was in control. She was sharp. She looked ominous. That's how I felt when I was watching that match. And as Gerges didn't play badly.
No, Gerges played well. This was shades of the old Serena in the sense that she was thoroughly dominant on her serve. She served well, backed it up well, was really never in danger, and that's the Serena we've seen be so effective on grass against so many different players. And she also moved really well. It was just a complete contrast from what we saw in the second round.
She
played with clarity. She played with precision. It was just fantastic to see, and it made you think, okay, well, now I'm curious. Let's see what she's got in week 2.
And the thing is, now that group had Sharapova, it had Muguruza, it had Kerber, and within a round and a bit, they'd all gone.
Yeah,
all gone. So that section opens up really nicely for her. But here's the thing. Should she advance after Manic Monday, she is going to face Ash Barty, who was in devastating form against Harriet Dart. Harriet had fought really well, really hard. There was just no way she was going to beat Barty on this. One of my subs sort of said, "Oh, do you give Harriet a chance?" I thought, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The good thing for Harriet was that she wasn't as traumatized, I think is the best way of putting it, as she was when she lost to Maria Sharapova, who was one of her idols. Maybe because Barty isn't an idol, she probably sees her more of a peer as rather than somebody that she looked up to. But nothing for Dart to be ashamed of. She played exceptionally well. And she reached the third round of Wimbledon for the first time, and when she has grown up a bit, got better shot selection, a lot more experience under her belt, we can start to count on her as being another one in the draw.
Yeah, good performance. This, I believe, was Dart's first run around and winning a Grand Slam match. So nice run to push it another round and get some experience against Barty. Not easy facing Ash Barty right now. She's dropped 12 games in 3 rounds. You know how many first serve points she's lost in these 3 matches?
Go on.
She's lost 9. She's won 86% of her first serve points. She's also returning well. She is second among the 16 remaining players in second serve return points won, and she is also second in return points won against first serve. She's doing everything well. She's completely relaxed. She's on a 15-match winning streak, and it just shows no signs of letting up right now. So, she's got to face Allison Risk on Monday, and Serena has to face Carlos Suarez Navarro, but we think these two are going to be meeting in the quarterfinals, and we're pretty excited to watch that match if it indeed does happen.
The other Brit in the draw had quite a tough time, and I called this actually. She's got a phenomenal record against Sloane Stephens. Of course, I'm talking about Johanna Konta. The first time she met Sloane was at the beginning of the year. Sloane, I think, a company with Kamau Murray, and basically wrote off Brisbane as it was just a mess. The next time they met was in Rome on the day of 1,000,000 matches. Do you remember after the rained off thing? And Sloane was just like
double-header day.
Yeah, that doesn't count because everybody was just a mess. Okay, that's fine. So 2 don't count Sloane. The one that did count was in the quarterfinal.
Maybe round of 16. I'm not
Perhaps,
sure. Don't quote me on that one.
But you could be right. Actually, it might have been round of 16. But she met her in Roland Garros, and it was a pummeling. And we were surprised because this was the best that Joe had ever done. But also an interesting thing that Sloane brought up was that the gusty conditions had blown the top surface off the court. And we knew that because there was clay everywhere on our stuff. But it also made it play a lot more like a hard court because we were down to the concrete base. And that's that kind of played into Jo's hands. So here we are on grass, a surface that should suit Stevens very well because, it plays to her agility, her athleticism. She can get down to stuff, she can do a lot of stuff. But it also plays to Jo's aggressive style of play. The first set was all one-way traffic for Stevens. Even though the games were tight, you just felt that it was Stevens that was always pushing, always the one that was threatening. And she got her break, and we thought this is going to be tough. And the second set, Jo looked like she was toast because she was on the back foot constantly until the game at 2-2 and then subsequent games. But the game at 2-2, Stevens just could not break. Could not break for love nor money.
Yeah.
And I really think that affected Stevens. She went very much off the boil. And Konta, who'd been waiting for her chance to pounce, got her chance and took it with both hands. Was down the road with her roller skates and couldn't be caught. So she earns a meet-up with Petra Kvitova. Now, you've seen a lot of Petra this week.
I have.
So tell me about Petra first.
Well, I always make it a point to check out Petra at Wimbledon. In the last 4 years, there's been very little to get excited about. She's had all kinds of issues here. She hasn't been able to get into the second week. She hasn't been able to play well. Last year, she lost in the first round. But for whatever reason, maybe it's because she has no expectations because of the injury to her left arm that kept her out of Roland Garros. But she's come in here kind of relaxed and just started to play her style of tennis again. First strike tennis, making her first serves, attacking returns, and the usual jaw-dropping Petra power has been there. And today it was again. She was strong and precise and really had no trouble getting past Magda Linette of Poland. And Linette served well to stay close in the match in both sets, but Petra pulled away eventually. And it just looks like vintage Petra, 2011, 2014 champion here that made so many heads turn and really was, has always been an emotional favorite at Wimbledon. It's good to see her back in the second week, and a showdown with Konta is going to be, wow, that's another big... That's
a great draw for Monday. Unfortunately, though, I wish we could say the same for the men. I think the only thing that I can really say today was Federer and Nadal got their jobs done. We are left with a pretty unsavoury, I would say, a pretty unsavoury round of 16. There's nothing that leaps out from this round of 16 that I look forward to at all, really.
Yeah, I'll say on an individual basis, there's a lot of nice personal stories. Benoit Paires in the round of 16 again. He's a fun player to watch on grass. He'll face Roberto Bautista Agut. Hugo Humbert of France upset Felix Auger-Aliassime. He's a really exciting player, left-hander with great touch and feel. Looks like he could be a very good one on grass. He's going to run into Novak Djokovic. What else can we talk about?
I mean, Goffin Verdasco might be fun.
Goffin has looked great out here, and Verdasco, old veteran, nice to see him. He's such a physical player. Matteo Berrettini had a milestone win today. Yeah. João Sousa for Portugal got through, but the bottom line is the big three's coming through, and we're going to have to wait a while till we get real mouth-watering matchups. The round of 16 the women's side is where you want to watch the round of 16 matches. That's frankly the truth. That's plain and simple.
No, that's fine. So we've already touched on the fact that we want to see how Serena progresses, that we want to see Petra and Konta. Are there any on the other side of the draw? See, Karolina Pliskova is doing her thing. She's like creeping through the draw, unnoticed, unwatched, unloved, discarded like an old sock. She is my favourite to come out of that section of the draw, but the match that everybody's looking after was the match is
Coco Gauff, 15 years old, youngest player in the round of 16.
That quarter of the draw is going to be very interesting.
Coco Gauff's captured all of our imaginations, and we're dying to see her play again. See, she was on the court in mixed doubles today and lost, by the way. So
really?
Apparently she can lose. But
Wow.
I'm smiling right now because I want to tell a little brief story about as I was on radio with you today on Love Sport Radio out on the street outside of one of the gates at Wimbledon. And as I was walking back after that call, I looked to my left to one of these little houses in the Wimbledon Common, and a door opens and out comes Karolina Pliskova. She just looked at me. I made eye contact with her, and I looked away. I said, I don't want to bother you. You're probably enjoying the quietude of living out here in Wimbledon. But it was funny. That it was a fun experience. But, Pliskova, by the way, looks really good. And she is. She's quietly and unlovedly getting through the draw. She was awesome against Shea Su Wei. Her draw looks good. I see her in the semis for sure. And there's another chance for Karolina to get the monkey off her back. But back to Coco Gauff, facing Simona Halep. That's an interesting showdown.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that the best of the matches on Manic Monday are going to be on the women's side. Have we got an order of play that we can quickly squeak at?
I think I should.
Okay, let's give it order of play. There you go.
Thank you for your help. Oh, and there we
Okay,
are.
so if you've got a centre court ticket for Monday, you will get to see Sousa versus Nadal, followed by Konta Kvitova, followed by Berrettini, Federer. That's not a bad lineup.
That might be the best round of 16 match on the men's side for me because I want to see what Berrettini and his big mammoth serve can do to Roger Federer.
Yeah,
it's going to be a tough ask, but who knows?
Okay, court number 1 will be Williams, Suarez, Navarro, Halep and Goff. That's the one to have, and then Djokovic and Humbert. Court number 2, Barty and Risk, Muchova and Pliskova, Nishikori and Kukushkin of all people.
Good story there. I think it's his 34th major, first trip to the second week. He's a good player. I've watched him quite a bit on grass over the years. He's got a clever game out there.
Yeah, he's quite tricksy. And number 3 court will have Svitolina Martic, David Goffin and Fernando Verdasco, depending on which Verdasco turns up, and Peja Raonic. Let's see if he can back up his win over Kevin Anderson. Court 12 show court, which will start at 11, will have Stritzova and Mertens.
Serve and volley.
Good win for Stritzova over Bertens.
Oh, can we raise a glass to the Czech ladies who have 4 in the round of 16?
We'll get some Budvar. But Stritzova trades a Bertens for a Mertens.
Isn't that funny?
And then I think the less that we say about Querrey and Sangren, the better.
Sam Querrey is pretty good at Wimbledon. We can say that for sure.
We can say that for sure. So we will be back. Oh, sorry. There's Zhang and Yastremska and Batista Agut and
What court are they out there?
I have no idea. 18.
Court 18. Can I say a few things about Yastremska? She has been on the... Everybody's busy with the other teenager, the 15-year-old, and rightfully so. But 19-year-old Diana Yastremska has been rock solid in this tournament. Real impressive power game. She's also been pretty good at the net, and I think this is what's enabled her to get to the next level on grass. She's winning 82% of her net points. That's first among the remaining 16 players in the women's draw. Also really just a headache for a server. She's doing really nice on return. She's won 65% of her return points against second serve. That leads all remaining players. And also, I think that might be it for her, actually. There was another stat about Yastremska I wanted to pull out, but you know what? Let's save that for Manic Monday.
Let's save that for Manic Monday. We will be back. We're going to have ourselves a well-earned day off. We suggest that you do too. And tune back in on Monday night, or rather Tuesday by the time I get the podcast up, to see what happened on Manic Monday. But until then, you have, of course, been listening to Ros Satar from Britwatch Sports.
And Chris Oddo from Planet Earth.
That's debatable. Thank you for listening.